Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Wizards of Waverly Place Season 3, Episode 2, Halloween. Now, I love Wizards of Waverly Place. I love that show to death. When it came out when I was in college, boy, when I found out they was wizards, I was all in. Because I love magic. Harry Potter was around during those times. I love wands. It was up my alley. And I love so many of these episodes. I wish it was out on DVD. However, I am extremely disappointed in this Halloween episode. It's actually their only Halloween episode in all 4 seasons. And I could have sworn it lasted for 5, but Disney Plus says it's 4. I don't know. Sometimes Disney Plus doesn't tell the truth. Like sometimes, like it'll say like a couple of episodes be in this season when they're actually in another. I don't know why it does that, but I'm just going by what Disney Plus says. And I just really don't like this episode. It's very disappointing. It's lackluster, which is odd because in every other episode of Wizards, something big happens and something bigger happens, and they have to save the day. Or correct their wrongs. And it doesn't happen in this episode. It's just a very laid back episode that doesn't really go nowhere and it's just really lackluster. Also, what's very disappointing is that, like, okay, you should know by now that Wizard of Waverly Place, the family is mixed of Mexican and Italian, right? Now, one of the biggest days in Mexican culture is Day of the Dead. That's their Halloween thing. It's very special. There's like all kind of cool stuff they do with it. Yet there's no mention of this anywhere in this episode. It's just a regular Halloween type episode. You would think, having a Hispanic cast, that they would at least mention it. I mean, many years ago, they did it with Lizzie McGuire. That's how I first, well, no, that's not when I first heard about it. I first heard about Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. But, like, yeah, I'm very, 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 very shocked that they didn't mention this. Now, they probably didn't want to mention the name Day of the Dead. Because see, when Lizzie McGuire was around, it was during Zoog Disney era. And it was a lot different than what it is today. When Wizards came out, that's when everything was like wackadoo, silly, and when the censorship was very strong. So they probably didn't want to mention that and talking about going to graveyards and having a meal out there with the dead and like all this other stuff. And they probably didn't want to do that, which is a bummer. I mean, you have a Hispanic show and you don't talk about Hispanic culture like never an entire series except for one time and everything. So that was like very odd to me. And so it probably would have been a cooler episode they would have done that, but no, it's just a pretty lame episode. Like I'm just very disappointed in this episode. I kind of don't even really want to talk about it, but it's Halloween and I do love Wizards and I do plan on talking about Wizards a whole lot more. And here it goes. So basically it starts off with Alex doing what she always does, being lazy. Now, Selena Gomez looked very different in season 3. She started getting a little bit older, slightly taller, but in season 3 she took on a whole new style. Throughout season 3, she chops her hair off very short to where it's like to her shoulder length, or to her jawline, and it's kind of fluffed, a little wavy and stuff. Then I noticed also in this season, she started wearing high heels to make herself look taller. And she started wearing more mature looking clothes that were more tight fitting and made her look taller and older. I don't know whose fashion sense that was. I don't know if it was Selena's, I don't know if it was the show, but I did like that look. It was really interesting because normally her hair is very long and very straight and she never wears heels and she wears all these flashy clothes. After this season, that look goes away and she goes back to her more traditional look. Justin also started changing this season. He started getting taller. He started building on more muscles. He started having his hair look a little bit different to make him look older. And Max just kind of fluffed his hair a little bit, and that's about it. But he was starting to look a little older too, because he was getting older and stuff. And Harper pretty much looked like Harper, other than the actress like lost a little weight and stuff. And so, like, it was kind of cool because around that time it's kind of like, oh, I remember them when they was like tiny. Now they like a couple of inches taller and stuff. But yeah, she's doing what she does always. She's laying about. She's on the couch being lazy. Her mom tells her to do the dishes. She uses magic, and her mom hates magic. Her mom is the only human in the family, and she just can't stand magic. So she tells her daughter stop using magic like constantly. And so Alex, as lazy as she is, she's all like, ugh, I hate like doing dishes. Why can't we just eat the food? Or no, get the dish out the dishwasher, eat off the plate, then put the plate back in the dishwasher and not wash it. Like, God, they made her so lazy and stuff. She's like, it's really interesting because most Disney Channel original like channel stars, like their characters, she's the only like lazy defiant one there is and who gets in trouble a lot. The other ones get in trouble too, but they're not that lazy and they're not trying to get in trouble. But she was always that one. And so, anyways, they're like, at their restaurant, and some guy comes in and he's threatened to like take away their haunted house. They do a haunted house every year, but apparently it's not that great. It's not spectacular. It's not scary. He's all like, he's going to shut it down and he's going to let some other restaurant does it. So because of this, the family has a family meeting without that of the mom. Harper goes too because she knows about magic now. Harper's personality was different in this episode. She's a little bit more devious, like Alex and stuff. And so, like, they say they're gonna go to like the wizard world, go down below where the ghosts are, and get some ghosts for like the haunted mansion thing they're gonna do. And so it could be really scary because they're coming up with ideas. And Alice thought, okay, maybe we'll shrink everybody and then we'll act like giants. But then the mom would know. So they think they can like get ghosts, and she just won't figure it out. So they go down there and they try to get some ghosts, but not too scary, so it won't like scare the people and piss the mom off. They get the lamest ghosts they could find, 3 of them. And so they go back to top. The mom sees them. She can see right through them, but she's not paying attention. And she thinks they're great, but of course, when they're there at the Halloween like haunted house thing, they're as lame can be. And the guy brings the kids in, and he's bored, the kids are bored, and the mom's kind of like, I said I hate magic, but make it with the sparkly and everything. And they're all like, well, we kind of did that already without your permission and everything. Like, these ghosts are actually real ghosts and stuff, but they're just lame and boring. So they have to go back and get some more. Well, when Alex went there before, she talked to this one ghost dude who used to scare Justin. So she brings him. And when he comes up there, he's lame too. His magic trick just ain't that cool. Until he makes his head go bigger. Everybody freaks out. And the other person's all like, I'm shutting this place, I'm shutting the haunted mansion down. This was too scary. And so the mom's just kind of like, well, what's going on? You said make it scary. But he's like, yeah, but that's like too scary and everything. And so it basically ends. And when I say Harper acts different, she stole a watch from like a graveyard and stuff. That's it. I'm just like, that was like a lame episode and stuff. Like, what the world, man? This show is so much better than that. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.